Everyone right now is jumping onto the AI video creation train, desperately seeking those attention-grabbing clips that explode on social media and actually drive your follower count or leads. The problem is the market is completely saturated with so many AI video generators right now that you can barely see the forest for the trees. So, which ones actually produce scroll-stopping content? And which ones are just painfully expensive or clunky for everyday creators? I've spent years messing with almost every major player, prototyping virtual humans for training and building workflows to turn raw long-form lectures into snackable clips. Today, I want to walk you through my absolute favorites, what they excel at, where they fall short, and ultimately, the one workflow I always return to for consistent channel growth: Vizard. Let me be clear that no single tool does everything perfectly for every creator's unique needs. Some are incredible for high-fidelity cinematic shots. Others are perfect for that raw, ad-style, user-generated content, and some just offer brilliant value if you are budget-conscious. I will point out those trade-offs so you can figure out what actually fits your creative style and growth goals. Alright, let's kick things off with the tool that has been absolutely dominant for generating rapid, short-form, ad-style content: Clipyard. If your primary goal is churning out hundreds of selfie shorts from a single script, Clipyard is specifically built for that kind of massive output. It features in-house image models that create gritty, camera-style stills, which it then animates with lip sync and gesture loops automatically. The batch campaign builder is a true lifesaver, letting you spin out dozens of edits in different languages and aspect ratios with just one click. That said, you absolutely need to know that this tool is not cheap, as their plans start quite high up there. If you are making a high volume of HD videos, those costs will unfortunately add up very fast, making it less ideal for organic creators. So, Clipyard is phenomenal if you require scroll-stopping UGC ads and already have a healthy advertising budget allocated, but it is certainly overkill for creators whose main goal is just chopping up existing podcasts or long-form webinars efficiently. Next up, we have Google's V3 model, which is often referred to as the true film-grade engine for AI video generation. This model delivers gorgeous motion, excellent lip-sync capabilities, and a beautiful 1080p output that truly impresses. If you've seen those incredibly high-quality cinematic AI clips circulating recently, chances are very high that you are actually watching something powered by V3. The main downside here is definitely the cost, as even a short 10-second clip can end up surprisingly pricey, especially when you factor in generated speech. The good news is that many other platforms are now integrating the V3 engine, so you can sometimes access that high-end look inside different tools. If your project absolutely demands film-quality shots and you are prepared to pay the premium, this remains a top-tier choice. However, if cost management is a serious factor for your ongoing creation, you should probably look at alternatives or wait for the cheaper fast variants to roll out. Moving on, Runway with their Gen 3 and Act 1 capabilities is honestly one of the most fun, creative sandboxes available today. This platform strikes a really good balance between quality output and providing powerful creative tools like timeline editing and motion brushing. Their higher tiers even include voice cloning with excellent lip sync functionality, which is a massive time saver for character work. The main sticking point is that the credit math can get a little confusing, and sometimes their API isn't the most straightforward for commercial scaling. But for pure experimentation and achieving complex visual compositing tasks, Runway is genuinely a blast to use. If you are building highly stylized sequences or need character-driven shorts, Runway is incredibly hard to beat on features. Just watch those scaling costs. Next up, Leonardo AI, which started as an image-first platform, but whose new motion tools have seriously changed the game for animating static scenes. If you're already subscribed for their powerful image models, adding video lets you animate, iterate very quickly, and export clips ready for a final polish. It's a fantastic creative extension, though be warned that their more advanced video models will rapidly gobble up your allocated credits if you aren't careful. Then we have the much-anticipated OpenAI's Sora, which is wild because it blends image, text, and video prompts right inside one storyboard UI. ChatGPT Plus users receive a small initial allotment of lower-resolution clips, and the system scales up from there based on your access level. The user interface makes these complex, scene-based prompts feel surprisingly approachable for the average user. The main limitations currently involve inconsistent geographic availability and that persistent watermark on non-paid tiers, but its speed is compelling. If you are looking for extremely strong value for generating a high volume of motion on a budget, you must check out Cling. This Chinese platform really punches well above its weight class. Great motion quality and helpful built-in stylized prompt helpers. Some hardcore users still prefer the particular gritty charm found in its earlier model versions, though newer updates are certainly catching up in overall quality. For creators operating on a tighter budget, who still require high-resolution output, Cling stands out as a very solid contender in the market. SeedDance, which is that powerful open-source community fork by ByteDance, is the definition of high quality at a fraction of the cost, provided you know what you are doing. It's less plug and play and more geared towards folks who are comfortable running models via an API service like Replicate for access. However, the visual fidelity it achieves can genuinely rival some of the biggest names when correctly implemented. It even surprisingly offers good camera presets, like fixed or mobile views, just from a simple prompt without complex camera math. If you can handle that slightly more technical setup, SeedDance offers absolutely killer value for your money. The Pika-style tools remain the champions for rapid idea-to-clip workflows, especially for teaser content. They are generally cheap, incredibly fast, support a ton of aspect ratios, and are perfectly built for those social media engagement loops. The primary drawback is often the lack of true lip sync or advanced audio control, leaning heavily on background music for engagement. However, if you need a low-friction, super-fast batch of 5-second loops, these platforms are brilliant for getting content out quickly. Pixar's recent models are a personal favorite for achieving unbelievably smooth transitions between generated frames. Their keyframe control at both the start and end points makes for silky, predictable edits that reduce manual cleanup later on. The daily credit top-ups help keep general experimentation quite affordable, which is a huge plus for testers. The limitation is that the higher quality 1080p export and advanced features are unfortunately locked behind a more expensive paid tier. Still, for creators who deeply value motion continuity and want realistic output without the biggest price tags, Pix is a very strong middle ground. Luma's Dream Machine is certainly the nerdy pick, providing physics-driven lighting and motion that results in genuinely realistic outputs. Its unique Modify Video feature, which lets you upload a clip and completely change its movement, is a total time saver for wild creative experiments. It is constrained to shorter clips and has caps on the free tiers, but the natural lighting simulation is next level for certain content types. I could keep listing tools like Halo Miniax, LTX Studio with its V3 integration, or HeyGen for polished avatars, but each serves a niche role. The reality for most creators focused on growing a channel from existing long-form content is that you rarely need that ultra-cinematic 10-second jewel every time. You are likely sitting on hours of podcasts, webinars, or interviews, and just need those high-energy moments turned into dozens of shorts quickly and consistently. That is precisely the problem Vizard was built to solve, making it the pragmatic choice for content engine automation. Let me be absolutely clear. Vizard isn't trying to be the most expensive film-grade renderer on the block. It operates as an autopilot editor for creators, taking your long videos and identifying the moments that are statistically most likely to hit across platforms. It then packages those moments into ready-to-post edits, complete with captions, and can even schedule them directly for you. You set the posting frequency, and Vizard will intelligently queue and publish content consistently across your channels without constant manual intervention. The integrated content calendar is not just a planner. It is your central hub to approve, tweak captions, or swap out suggested clips before pushing everything live. Compared to Clipyard, which excels at batch UGC ads, but is costly without an ad stack, Vizard is far more efficient when your feed originates from long-form sources, versus Sora or V3, which focus on beautiful single clips, but charge per render. Vizard saves you the money and tedious time of combing through hours of raw footage manually. Compared to Runway or Leonardo, where you often export and recomposite assets, Vizard's strength lies squarely in automation and pipeline management. 3 things I genuinely love in daily use are the uncanny accuracy of the automated viral clip selection, which understands platform context. Second, the auto-schedule means you can genuinely sleep while your channels maintain a consistent, intelligent posting cadence without you lifting a finger. Third, the calendar keeps you in the loop, allowing for batch approval or easy swaps, so it never feels like a completely hands-off automated black box. Crucially, Vizard is designed to play nicely within a mixed toolchain. You can absolutely take a Vizard clip and run it through Runway for extra effects. This interoperability is key. Use Vizard to surface the moments and manage the output pipeline, while using other tools for hyper-stylized, bespoke effects. Of course, there are clear limits. If your absolute top priority is ultra-cinematic VFX or frame-by-frame character animation, Vizard isn't replacing the top renderers. And if you're building one single high-production ad campaign with bespoke avatars, then tools like Clipyard will certainly win out in that specific race. But if your goal is consistent, scalable growth by repurposing long-form into short-form efficiently, Vizard is the most practical lever I have seen available. So here is my immediate playbook. Try out a few of those free tiers from the other tools first to compare the raw output quality. Then sign up for Vizard's trial, feed it a real recording you actually want to grow with, and let it do the initial heavy lifting for you. In just a couple of hours, you will have a stack of polished shorts with suggested thumbnails and a full schedule ready to review. Tweak the necessary items, approve that calendar, and then simply watch how consistency begins to work powerfully in your favor. I have linked all of these essential tools in the description below for your quick testing and comparison purposes. Drop a comment and let me know what you end up creating, because I always love swapping tips on editing prompts and caption formulas. If you are focused on actually scaling your content production, rather than spending days on one single perfect piece, give Vizard a serious shot. It is genuinely the tool I keep recommending to any creator who is serious about growth without heading toward total burnout. Alright, that's my comprehensive rundown of the current AI video landscape for repurposing long-form material. If you found any part of this breakdown useful today, please hit that subscribe button and share this video with a creator friend who hoards hours of raw footage. I will catch you all in the next deep dive, where we break down the absolute best thumbnail hacks and caption formulas for achieving short-form virality.